Hi, I'm Abby Ridgeway, and today I'm going to demonstrate to you how to effectively use a smartboard in a classroom setting. This specific smartboard activity is all about shapes and is geared toward kindergartners. It satisfies the state standard 4.2 and it requires students to compare and sort common objects by position, shape, size, roundness, and number of vertices. The learning objectives of this activity are students will know characteristics of different shapes, students will be able to differentiate between different shapes, and after this activity, students will also be able to identify shapes in the world around them. So let's get started with our first activity. In this activity, students will match a shape with the number of sides of a shape. This will introduce them to the concept of shapes and get them comfortable with knowing the different properties of shapes, which is part of the standard provided. So in this activity, we're going to reset it really fast. It's a matching activity, so students have shapes provided and then need to match them with the corresponding number of sides. So we're going to say a circle has no sides. 5 sides, let's say it goes with a triangle. 3 sides, let's say goes with the pentagon. 4 sides, square. 6 sides, hexagon. So this activity allows you to check your work to see how you did on the activity. So we're going to say check. As you can see, I got 2 of them wrong, so I mixed up the triangle and the pentagon. So they will be able to see that a triangle has 3 sides and a pentagon has 5 sides. So in this second activity, multiple choice questions will be asked about the characteristics of different shapes, and students must select the corresponding answer. So this specific activity is a clicker activity. It's a smart response question. So it utilizes a clicker. The teacher will be up in front of the class utilizing the smartboard, and students will have a clicker. So this question says, how many sides does this shape have? 1, 4, 3, or 0? And students will click in with what they feel is the correct response. So this activity has multiple questions. So moving on to the second question, same concept. How many sides does this shape have? So students will click in with their response. And then moving on to a square, how many sides does this shape have? So ideally, students will select 4, and the teacher will be able to see the responses of the students based on the clicker. Also, we have a star. So, same thing. How many sides does this shape have? Students will click in their answer. So this activity just talks about the size of a shape and really pounds in the concept of the sides of a shape through multiple choice questions. Our third activity is describing properties of shapes in a different way. So we've already addressed the sides of a shape, but in this activity it's going to be curvy versus straight, and it satisfies the standard in a different way, describing shapes in terms of roundness. So in this activity, students will match a description of an object, either straight or curvy, with the shape itself. So in this activity, we have 2 categories. We have curvy and straight, and we have different options of shapes. So we have oval, diamond, triangle, square, star, and circle. So curvy refers to the sides being round and not straight, and straight is the typical sides of a shape just being straight. So curvy, we're going to drag this oval to the curvy category, and we're going to set it in there, and it disappears if it's right. So let's say I think this triangle has curvy sides. I'll put it on the curvy, and it will reject it because that is wrong. So this belongs in the straight category, and it will disappear. Straight and disappear. And let's see, this circle has curvy sides, and it disappears. In this next activity, students will match the shape with a description of it. So especially if there's younger students, they may not be able to read, so this might be a good activity to do as a class. So this activity has the words square, rectangle, pentagon, triangle, hexagon, circle with a description, and students must match the shapes with the description. So square has 4 sides, 4 vertices, but all sides are equal, so we're going to put it here. And let's just put it randomly. And it's kind of like our previous activity. We're going to check. Perfect, we got all them right. So if you recall, the last portion of our standard required that students be able to identify shapes in the real world around them. So in our fifth and final activity, students will look at real-world objects and categorize them as either a circle or rectangle. So this is digging deeper and really applying concepts learned to real-life scenarios. So let's see, we have the circle category and the rectangle category. And so a pizza, that looks like it's circular. So you drag it to the circle and it will accept it. And then the rectangle, it'll accept the rectangle, and so forth. So I hope you enjoyed my Smartboard activity, and I hope it was beneficial and educational to you, and I hope that you'll be able to apply the concepts learned to your classroom. Thank you.